Hey, it's Roger from The Roger Show, and I'm interviewing Theresa Mitchell, who is the founder of Agape Outreach and Healthy Boundaries Coach. Welcome, Theresa.
Hi, Roger. Thank you for the invitation to come along.
And you're the Tweedheads Woman of the Year, is that right? Last year?
Yeah, that's correct. Certainly am.
Because for our viewers, Theresa's involved in Christian outreach, and as you can see behind her, the ukulele and all that cool stuff, all those toys, maybe you can see them, maybe you can't, that she's involved in a lot of giving good stuff to the community. So, Theresa, how are you today?
Really well, thanks, Roger. And how are you going?
I'm really awesome. Thank you so much for making the time today. And so tell me, Theresa, what are you passionate about?
Passionate about people would be the short version. The longer people to move from where they are through whatever's holding them back into their life's purpose, what they're called to be doing. So I call myself a healthy boundaries coach because I help people to break through their own boundaries, build better ones, which are healthier, and to move on. Like this morning, I was presenting in schools about bully proofing.
Yeah.
So there's certainly plenty of teenagers that are struggling with that at the moment. Healthy boundaries are very common within relationship skills, whether it be single people looking to move into relationships or whether it be a relationship that needs work as well. So anything from with my work on the streets, homeless people and substance issues. And then, of course, I love helping people to discover who they're really called to be in life and help them work out their passion and their direction and how to move forward.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And why do you do that? You know, that's a very rare calling. It's not very often you meet someone who says, yeah, I've just started up a street outreach just because I was bored. You know, that's a very rare quality in human beings. Tell us about that. Why are you doing that? What's going on there?
Well, basically, one story that I've been sharing with the media is when my first husband left me. I was 3 weeks pregnant, and at that time, he left me in a lot of debt, and I really had no money. I was very ill during the pregnancy, and I wasn't able to pay the bills, and things like the phone were cut off. All the payments I got from a social security payment went into keeping the rent.
Yes.
But I would end up fasting for 5 days at a time because there was no money to buy food while I was pregnant and even after my son was born. During that time, I actually went to a number of different outlets to seek help, and the most I could find was a $30 gift voucher. Yeah. So after my son was born, I would buy formula for him out of that because with my sickness, I was too sick to be able to feed him, and I would still end up not being able to eat. So I suppose what I'm saying is I've experienced the pain of life, maybe not full-blown homelessness, but I do believe we go through things in life not to hold us back and to bog us down in weight, but to show us that if we're strong enough to cope with this, if we're able to work out a skill set to move through this and make a positive out of it, then it's up to us to be able to teach other people how to as well. So, yeah, I feel very comfortable going out and working with homeless people and people in need, and it's a heart thing for me, and I feel very blessed and very privileged to be able to say I work doing where I love, what I love, and in people's lives, whether it be street people or whether it be business people, and helping them see what their full potential can be too.
I love that. You've got that both. You've got a real heart for the humble person on the street, and also working with business owners. Obviously you're doing some successful things. And it's interesting how life, just touching on that point that you made, that life can really break people down. And if we allow ourselves to go through that process and we heal, it really gives us a heart to reach out to those who are in that same place. And I remember personally, I had that many years ago, and I had people who reached out and helped me. And it's always been a desire of mine to help others as well. So I can really identify with that, and I'm sure many of our viewers can as well. So would you like to share some, you set up setting up Agape Outreach. I think when I've spoken to you before, you said it was a bit of a challenge getting it started. Did you want to talk about that?
I suppose I'm wondering what I was referring to with the challenge. Like, there's been plenty of things to learn from along the way. You can go into something thinking that you know all about it, but it's really naive, because when you're walking through it year after year, things change and things are on deeper levels. And I suppose the biggest learning that I've taken away from 6.5 years now on the street working with homeless people is what unconditional love really is. And, it's one thing for us to say, yeah, we love unconditionally, but the majority of us don't.
Yeah,
we love people that like us. We love people that do the things that align with our morals and our boundaries. But to love people and not expect anything back in return. You know, when you're actually presented with somebody who's swearing at you and putting you down and reacting badly, that's when you really need to ask yourself, am I loving this person because of the person that I am with unconditioned, or am I expecting a response back? And I work with people in the business sectors, in the giving sectors a lot, because burnout happens over and over and over because of that expectation that we're going to be nice to people, we're going to love on people, but then they're going to treat us back in a way that we expect they should. And that's not reality. You know, people are hurting the most often act like a wounded animal and strike out. So it's got nothing to do with us, and we need to be able to not take it personal. And we need to be able to continually resource from inside ourselves to give and give unconditionally without that expectation of anything back in return.
Wow, that's pretty cool. No wonder you were named Women of the Year for Tweed Hills. So tell us, who is your ideal client in business?
In business, well, there's many facets to that. So like today is my ideal day. I absolutely loved it. I did 2 sessions this morning in a high school, one with girls, one with boys, and taught 91 teenagers in grade 10 how to deal with bully proofing, how to recognize who they are as a person and how to build up their resilience and skill sets. Like I'm talking to you today, from here I go on to a coaching session where I'm working with a woman with her relationship and discovering her purpose in life. And that's an ideal day for me. Yeah. But then I also have these tours that I've started. I've started life coaching tours to the Philippines. And twice a year we're going over and we're going to work in the rubbish tip. There's 30,000 families living in the Manila rubbish tip. So this is the poorest of the poor. Wow. And I'm putting people from corporate settings into this environment to work with these children through a kindergarten in the rubbish tip for a week. So there's going to be so many walls that they have come down and so many things that we can work on. It's the ultimate breakthrough experience, really. And then we're going to spend a week swimming with whale sharks, exploring a bit of the Philippines, goal setting, working out their purpose in life, and working out how they're going to actually make that happen. So I'm really excited about this project.
Wow, that's totally unique. Coming from, that's the totally unique branding and identity you have as a coach in taking people who, and that obviously serves the market, because there are people who have that big heart and they want to expand that heart even more, who are open to going over, and this is part of their life coaching journey, to go and pick through rubbish with a few kids from the Philippines for a week. That's pretty awesome, and then also do the goal setting, building a better life kind of stuff. That's really awesome. I love that. That's so authentic, Theresa. Well, how can people reach you if they want to get in touch with you?
Okay, well, through the website. So I've got my life coaching site, which is TMM Life Coaching. So it's M&M's, TMM, like the chocolate, life coaching. Or you can go on to Agape Outreach Inc. So Agape is AGAPE. Agape means self-sacrificial love. It's in the Greek, so I've called it that because that's our work with the homeless people and the people in need on the streets. And there's just so much going on there. We're starting training classes for the homeless, teaching them cooking skills, barista skills, handling their emotions. I'm doing housing for the homeless with tiny sustainable houses. So if people wanted to connect in with any of these things that I'm involved with, then they're more than welcome to contact me through either of those websites, which is www.tmmlifecoaching.com or www.agapeoutreachinc.com. Of course, I have a Facebook page for both as well. Or people are just welcome to give me a call. My phone number is 0414 693670.
That's awesome, Theresa. It's been a great pleasure to interview you, and you're definitely a woman of substance. And I know that if any of the viewers out there are watching today and you identify with what Theresa teaches and maybe would like to go along to one of her workshops in the Philippines or get involved in a street ministry or even become a client, by all means, please get in touch with Theresa, and I'll have her contact details in the description of this video. And I'm looking forward to publicising this video over the next week. And I also know you've got a great prize to give out, and I'll be putting that prize. Well, actually, do you want to tell us about that prize now, since you've got it on your mind?
I was offering for a 3-pack session for a Discover Your Purpose in Life coaching. So unpacking what your heart is and where your direction is lined up with that. So be able to get your values and everything back in alignment, for the direction that you're going and help work out how to put that into action to make it happen.
Beautiful. Well, I'll be sharing this video and there'll be obviously some criteria for people to be able to enter the competition. And I'm really excited. It's a really great privilege to interview you, Theresa. And thank you so much. And I wish you all the best with all your street ministry, your coaching business, and you're obviously taking over the world and transforming it for the betterment of humankind work.
Roger, that's very lovely of you to say.
Thanks, Theresa. Thank you so much.